Intertrigo is a very common skin problem of the toe web spaces and of the groin area. It happens mainly because of two reasons. The first one is due to the accumulation of moisture in the form of sweat in between the toe web spaces and in the groin area between the thighs. And the other is the constant friction that happens in skin folds, especially of the groin area. So both of these processes, constant friction and the accumulation of water or moisture in the skin folds, leads to something known as maceration, which is basically a breakdown in the barrier function of the skin, which means that there is a provision for an overgrowth of a normally present yeast known as Candida on the skin in these skin folds. So we see these lesions as macerated white skin in toe web spaces, especially the last toe web spaces in both the feet. And of course, we also see intertrigo as a reddish, wet rash in between the thighs. The people at highest risk for developing intertrigo of the feet would be those people who sweat a lot, who wear occlusive footwear for long durations of time, and of course, in our culture, we wash our feet frequently and improperly dry in between the toes. And the people at the highest odds of developing intertrigo in the groin area are overweight and obese people, people who sweat a lot, people who wear tight-fitting clothing. So how does one prevent intertrigo? The intertrigo of the toe web spaces can be prevented by making sure that one dries in between the toes after washing the feet. And if one does have intertrigo in between the toes, it will help to dry in between the toes with the help of a hairdryer every day till it's all cleared up. Similarly, the intertrigo of the groin area can be prevented by, of course, losing weight, by wearing loose-fitting clothes. And of course, again, if one does have intertrigo in between the thighs, one can use a hairdryer to quicken the process of healing of intertrigo. And of course, if intertrigo continues to persist in spite of one's best efforts to keep the skin in between the toes and in the groin area dry, get in touch with your dermatologist. So that is about intertrigo. Have a great weekend ahead.